This is going to be the third video for Gossec Gavotte. I think it will complete it. But this is, even though we're going to work on the upper half of the piece, this should be the third video that you do. So the first part to look at for preparations is measure 7 and 8. So we've got some grace notes. We've got high 3 on the G string for F sharp. So our third finger does regular 3s and high 3s. 1 on the D, regular 3 for C on the G string. 1 has to hop to the G string for A, back to the third finger C, back to the A, now a high 3 on the C string. You can play that high 3. I do high 3. You can also do low 4. Some people prefer low 4. Whichever one you prefer, it's up to you. I don't care. Or you can do for me, the high 3, I get a better sound on. So then you want to think about a rhythm: plum, apple, and a bow's going to reflect that. Long, short, short. So we've got that alternate bowing. Tip, lower. Then we're going to do F sharp to G. So sometimes it's hard to see that sharp on that little tiny grace note, but there's a sharp on it. 2, 3. And then we go to the G. So we've got octave with the decorated top note. That is the first preparation. The second preparation is measure 15 and 16. This has a lot of hopping 2s. So we've got 3 on the D, 1 for E, high 2 for B. Remember, high 2 on the G strings, B natural. Half step to C. 2 comes back to touch, low 2. I've got my 1 still down. Low 2 on the D string. Make sure I pop up that 1. Low 1 on the G string. High 2 for B. Half step to C. High 2, 3, low 2, D. Lots of string changes in there. Really know what string you're on. Do a real string change. Really get to that G string. Get back to the D. Over to the G. Drop your bow elbow. I'm not in a good position for you to see that. Drop that bow elbow. So that last part, we worked on this in the bottom 2 lines. We've got the C. Drop that elbow. Use that elbow to pull the bow over. And then lead with your hand. But the elbow follows. And we've got dots on them. They're staccato-y notes. They're going to have spaces between them. There's an interesting video on YouTube by Misha Elman. It's a violin video, but it has him playing the Gossec Gavotte and the Humoresque from Book 3. And it's a little bit fancier. There's also a video of Dr. Suzuki working with people where he does Book 1 and how they play in Book 1, and then it gets fancier for more advanced people and fewer people, and then finally there's a single person doing it more similarly to how the Misha Elman video is, with all the flying up bow staccato. But at this stage in the game, we want just the, you're going to be at your balance point, using fairly short notes on those dotted guys. That's, for me, the preparations for the first half of the piece. You have to be careful, make sure you get the right notes. But that's the biggest challenge on it. And then after there, I just start back at the beginning. You could start with the 3rd and 4th line if you wanted. You could do the 4th line. Yeah, just do that part of it. Sometimes hearing these, we get a little bit different idea of what they should be. There's a little little bit slow down there, and then you're back to regular tempo. The line above that's piano at the beginning. Again, high 2 on the G for B, low 2 on the D for F. Put it with the next line. That is the only section that does not repeat in Gavotte. And then our beginning, we've got the get to the G string, drop the elbow, lift back up. And then there's a bow lift. Let's move that down again so you can see the elbow drops. And then we do have the bow lift there. Come back to the, then we've got low 2 for the D string. And usually I just reach up like we learned how to do in minuet 2 for that C on the G string. And just like we learned on the other end, just that grace note. Then the next is just like major 5 and 6. They're just like 1 and 2. Bow lift, that preparation. And that section will repeat. That was the second time going on. We are stepping up loudness. We did piano, mezzo piano. Now this is mezzo forte. There's a ritardando. We're back to tempo and piano. No repeat on that section. Again, we're piano. That section repeats back to 17. So after the repeat, you move on to the next line. And it is mezzo forte. Now piano. Up, up, pizzicato. Repeat. Then you go back to the beginning, no repeats. And you finish where it says the fine. So that is the end of Gossec Gavotte. So finishing Gossec Gavotte and being able to play it well is a huge accomplishment. And then you want to make sure you review all the other pieces in book 1, that you're still fluent on them. You want to keep reviewing the book 1 pieces as you go into book 2. Keep playing them. I still say play your last 4 pieces every day, and then make sure you have some sort of a schedule for your review so that you don't lose any of those skills that you've worked so hard to acquire. So, and then be listening to book 2. Have a great time with Gavotte.